Operating an airline is a very difficult business to be in. It's even more difficult to represent an airline in a local market on ground, also manage their sales, for example. Yet there are several GSSs out there, companies out there, who is managing the sales for many airlines and their outreach to the local markets out there. One of those GSS company is AVR Reps. They are based out of Germany, founded in 1994. They have 76 offices in 71 countries around the world. But the thing is, they are more into passengers. But recently, in recent years, they have tried to venture more into cargo, tried to include cargo into their portfolio. And a very conscious effort that I could see last year, in September 2024, they announced a new global head for cargo. Hi all, thank you so much for joining. This is Lebin Chako-Kurian for Stat Publishing Group. We are here in Singapore for Transport Logistics and Air Cargo Southeast Asia. Joining me right now is the global head of cargo for AVR Reps, Frederick. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Lebin.
You joined AVR Reps last year in September 2024. Give us an update about a progress that you have made since coming to AVR Reps.
Yeah, well, look, it's been a very busy year and 2 months now. We've built our cargo product. We've been into the cargo area since 2021, but really the growth started properly last year when I joined. We've now joined partnership with 8 airlines worldwide, which is really exciting across all continents: North America, South America, Africa, Europe, and Asia Pacific as well. So we've forged those new partnerships with airlines that we represent locally. We've been at several trade fairs, and we've also been developing our cargo products and services as well. So our back office services, our reservation centers, and also our digital tools as well, which is very important for GSAs nowadays.
Frederick, so you are building a completely new, different business for the company, which is cargo. Give us an idea about what is the strategy that you are following. What is your priorities? What is your focus?
Yeah, well, so it's a challenge and an opportunity at the same time. We have 76 offices across 71 countries all around the world. Now, obviously, those offices were all set up originally for either passenger or for tourism or for PR clients. And it's about converting those and building up our cargo capability in those countries, which we're successfully doing. So that's been one of our strategies. One of our strategies as well is we work with over 130 airlines worldwide already on the passenger side. So it's about engaging with those airlines that are already partners with us and seeing if there's any opportunities to also do it for cargo. We've had a few very exciting opportunities where we've signed contracts for both cargo and passenger representation at the same time, which I think we're one of the only GSAs in the world that can do that. So that's a really kind of unique proposition, especially if an airline is entering into a new market. We can be a sort of one-stop shop for both their passenger and their cargo sales needs.
Being a GSA is a difficult thing to do because you have to be there in the local market. You need to know what is happening over there. That's exactly why the airlines hand over the sales part to you, GSS companies. Give us an idea about what is the style that you follow, the strategy that you follow when you are opening up a new market for an airline.
As you said, like local presence is key to understand that local market, to understand the rates, the commodities, the products, the interline kind of connections as well, for especially when serving an offline market. So I'd say our strategy is number one, people. So I like to connect with as many people in the air cargo world as possible, because it may be that we want to expand into a particular geography at a time, and want to make sure that we have good cargo personnel in those markets, because ultimately when an airline is partnering with a GSA, they're partnering with the people that are going to be selling it. I think also technology is really key to enhance our growth in some of these markets, particularly in some of the more kind of digital booking friendly regions of the world. So Europe, North America, even Asia now, we're seeing increase in digital penetration from our customers, and we need to make sure that we're partnered with those the online distribution platforms to make sure that we maximize the sales through offline and online channels as well for our airline partners.
Thanks for talking about the technologies that you're into. One of the arguments out there is that the GSS business will soon vanish because of all the technology coming in. What is your perspective? What is the addition that you are trying to do with the GSA's business? Is technology is the real answer to that?
I think definitely in some markets we're seeing digitalization can bring a reduction in the amount of workload that's required to service a client, particularly online heavy markets, where, as before, a lot of the back end, the reservations and track and trace might have been taken place by some of the local team. We're now seeing that workload maybe reduced by 20, 30%. But that's a benefit for everyone. It means we can offer lower commission rates, we can offer lower charges to airlines. We can also focus more on proactive sales, the stuff that we want to do, going to visit freight agents, securing deals with interline partners, can do more of that instead of doing less, meaning we can do less of the back office track and trace type work. If some of that can be automated, it's great for everyone. I think also there's always going to be a place for human to human interaction, especially in key strategic markets. Spot rates that are offered by an engine or online booking tools don't always work all the time. We see still quite a lot of intervention needed by GSAs or by local teams when bookings need to be changed, or there's a last minute change in the product or the dimensions, and the online system can't deal with it, and then it always requires a bit of manual intervention to do that. But I think that the fact of face-to-face interaction with our freight agents and our customers is always key, and I think that it's vital that airlines don't lose track on some of that face-to-face interaction of putting their airline brands in front of cargo agents, because that's, at the end of the day, what this business is all about.
One thing interesting about the company is that your cargo business is coming from different geographies, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Give us an idea about how that is coming in. Even though you are based out of Germany, the office is in Munich and Frankfurt. Give us an idea about what is the commodity mix coming into your sales, the capacity that you offer outside, and how your experience with IAG Cargo.
Yeah.
6 years across 2 terms.
Yeah, I was 5 years at IAG Cargo, my second stint, and before that I worked at Cargologic Air, the UK freighter airline. Before that I was at IAG in the UK. So I already had quite a good dealings with North American markets, European markets, and African markets. I'd say now I have global reach. I can be on a call with Asia in the morning and a call with South America in the afternoon. So I have to have an awareness of sort of those global trade volumes. I'd say what's really interesting for us at the moment is some of the markets that are kind of developing, coming to the fore. So we have offices in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, which have a massive growing cargo presence in the world. And also we have a growing office presence in Africa as well. We've just started with one of our airlines in Tunisia and Algeria, which is really exciting for us. And here at Transport Logistic Air Cargo Southeast Asia, we're talking a lot about some of the emerging Southeast Asia countries as well, Vietnam and kind of Thailand, Cambodia, some of these markets which are offering a lot of increasing opportunities with some of the trade flow shifts that are going on, especially to the US.
You mentioned that you have to be very aware about what is happening in the market out there. Tell us what you are observing because of all the things happening out there, of the tariffs and the e-commerce shift moving away to different market. So what are you observing?
Yeah, we're seeing definitely a big shift away from China at the moment. There's still a lot of cargo coming out of China, particularly to Europe. But I'd say mainly to America, we're seeing the likes of Cambodia, Vietnam, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, looking more at those markets into the US. There's a lot of freighter capacity being deployed. Obviously, a bit less passenger capacity just because those will be based on passenger demands, which is still growing in this region, but not as quickly as some of those cargo capacities. And we're also seeing, some capacity being added into some of those developing markets in Central Asia as well, so Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, from the likes of MyFreighter, Centrum, Flykiva, things like this.
Thanks for mentioning a few of those geographies. We are here in Singapore, so here's an idea about what is your plan for Southeast Asia?
Yeah, Southeast Asia. So we have cargo teams across Southeast Asia and Asia at the moment. So in Japan, Korea, Indonesia, Philippines, Cambodia, Vietnam. So I guess our plan is to build up those offices with more airlines that we partner with, both for online and offline sales representation. But also we want to make sure we get established in other markets as well in Southeast Asia where we have offices. So Thailand is certainly on our list, Singapore, Malaysia, Myanmar, Laos could be interesting as well. Yeah, so those are our growth strategies, I guess, in terms of offices for the next few years.
One last question. What are your priorities for moving forward in next 2-3 years? Do you have a target in mind? What are you trying to do in next?
Yeah, great question. So I've told the board I want to get to 20 airlines partnered with by the end of next year. So the end of 2026, I want to get to 20 airlines that we have GSA partnerships with across the world. We're currently on 8 for cargo. So yeah, it's a tough target, but I'd like to get there, and I think we can get there, especially having such productive conversations with airlines at fairs such as this here in Singapore. There's a lot of opportunity out there. So,
In any particular region or particular commodity where the demand that you expect for to bring in those 20 airlines?
yeah, great question. I think, to be honest, I think it's going to be pretty global. We have offices in all of the countries, in all of the continents around the world. We're also attending Transport Logistic US in Miami in a few weeks' time. So where we'll be talking to partners about growth in North and South America, but particularly Southeast Asia. Yeah, I think Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand as well, I think is a really exciting opportunity at the moment.
Frederick, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Levin. It's great. Thank you.